That whole point around this isn't a binary choice. We've set out as a government to recognise that there is a transition underway in the North Sea and in our energy system. That's not something that happened in July 2024, and it's just fundamentally dishonest to suggest that it is. We hit peak oil 25 years ago, peak gas 25 years ago. We've been a net importer for 20 years. This isn't a new phenomenon. What we do need to now do is recognise that's happening and then build what comes next. And that's entirely what we've been about as a government in the year we've been in, is trying to move as fast as possible to say, look, oil and gas is important, and it will continue to be important for many, many years to come. But so too is building all that other stuff that was in Jeff's TED Talk. The offshore wind, the hydrogen, the CCUS, all of that's critical because the supply chain is so transferable, and we've got a window to get this right. And one of the things Paul Deleu always tells me about every time I see him is this Goldilocks zone, which if we can get it right, we avoid the gap. We transition from oil and gas into something else without losing that critical supply chain that we've got here that we should be hugely proud of. But to pretend that we can just sort of have this fantasy of saying, well, let's just keep going with oil and gas and actually reject the alternatives and talk down the alternatives is actually where we get to a situation where we've got no future.